Your eyes meet, you share a smile, and just 30 seconds later, you've decided if you're attracted to each other. Believe it or not, that's all it takes for our mind to look at someone and work out if we're drawn to them.
And apparently it's not long legs, few, or a nice head of hair that do the trick either. According to plastic surgeon and the author of Subliminally Exposed, Dr. Stephen Dayan, the science of attraction is actually based on more primal needs.
And Dr. Stephen joins us now from Melbourne to help us explain this a little bit more. Dr. Stephen, you're a plastic surgeon. How has that given you an insight into what people find attractive?
Absolutely. I've had the opportunity to treat over 40,000 people throughout the years, but I'm also a professor. I teach a class in the science of beauty. And what I'll tell you is what makes us beautiful so much more than how we look. Clearly much more important than how we look, it's how we feel. And that is the ultimate importance to what makes us beautiful.
Okay, so if it's not long legs or cleavage that draw a man in, what does?
Well, now you got to remember something. Science may not always be politically or socially correct. So I just report on the science. Within my book, we look at over 200 articles. So I want to preface that first. But yes, if a female is naked and standing in front of a man, the first place he looks may not be exactly where you think. The first place a man looks, a heterosexual male looking at a female, the first place he looks is the area of the waist to the hips, the proportion, the hourglass figure, because that is what a man's mind finds most attractive, because it indicates fertility. And at the core, we are much more primal than we like to believe. Our brains are still sometimes stuck in a period of time over 3 million years ago.
So what about men? What are the traits that women find most attractive about them? For me, I think it's arms.
Yes, arms are important. Yes, and women are not much different than men. They, too, have primal instincts that they can't control to some extent. And when a woman looks at a man, what she's looking for are signs of resources, that he can control and gather resources. At one time, that included a strong face. That looks almost like a helmet. And if you look at our famous actors like a Brad Pitt or Leonardo DiCaprio or George Clooney, their faces look like almost like a Superman. Strong brows, strong nose, strong chin. These are characteristic signs of a strong, dominant male. And these signs can be correlated to increased profits for CEOs who have these dominant signs, which is hard to believe, but it's true, and it's just the science.
Sounds a bit like the face is a direct correlation to the bank balance. So, Doc, a lot of these traits are out of our control, obviously. What are some of the things that we can control, the things that people are drawn towards?
Yeah, and this is absolutely important, that we have to realize that while being beautiful certainly is a gift, certainly it's a gift, there's nothing more powerful than feeling attractive. And that is, self-esteem is a key factor to actually being beautiful. And how can you increase self-esteem? There's lots of ways. People who have high self-esteem stand tall. They smile. In all the studies that we do, nothing is more attractive than someone who smiles. That gives the best first impression. And yes, you can do things. You can do cosmetic treatments, whether it's your nails, your fingers, even cosmetic treatments. And as long as it looks natural, then it's effective. Natural beauty is what we find most attractive. And women who feel attractive, not necessarily be attractive, women who feel attractive actually make more money than women who are physically attractive. It's more important to feel attractive than to actually be beautiful.
So, Doc, what do you think? Do people send out subliminal messages when they're attracted to someone?
Yes, and they don't even realize they do it. In fact, if I were to tell you this, you may be surprised, but a female's pupils will dilate up to 8% when she's sexually attracted to someone. Does she realize her pupils are dilating? Probably not. But does a man who's talking to her see it? Yes. Not consciously, but his subconscious brain sees these pupils dilating, and he recognizes that she may be interested in him. Other things that we do subconsciously that we don't realize it. A woman may flip her hair, and when she's flipping her hair, what she actually may be doing is sending out pheromones, unique identifying odors that we each have, so that a man can pick it up, because she wants to send a signal subconsciously. So we don't realize we do it, but we do it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so true.
It's all the time.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look, this is
What'd you say?
Sending out pheromones. Very cool.
Can I just quickly ask, you said men like natural women, and when they're wearing a lot of makeup, you know, they think that maybe they're concealing a flaw. What about plastic surgery then? If men can tell that women have had plastic surgery or use Botox, what do they, or how do they feel about that?
This is a fantastic question. Obviously one close to my heart because I'm a plastic surgeon. And what I will tell you is that while I can make someone look more beautiful, that's not what I do. I make people feel more beautiful. And the key to doing that is small, natural changes. Less than 1 millimeter changes in the corner of the eye, the corner of the mouth, the nose, completely alters the first impression someone gives off. If you can see that somebody had something done, it's failed. It's the reason why the comb over on a man looks so terrible, because it's hiding a genetic weakness. If you see that he's combed his hair, he's hiding something. If a woman wears too much makeup, it becomes obvious that she's hiding something. So to look natural is absolutely critical to projecting a better first impression.
Dr. Dayan, thank you so much for your time today. Some wonderful explanations there. That was great.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Dayan's in Melbourne all this weekend for the annual Anti-Aging Conference. For more details, you can visit our Facebook page.